This next person that I'd like to invite up here, I have this whole intro, and he kind of came over and said, hey, Lorenzo, are you going to introduce me? And I said, yes. And he goes, okay, can you just go with my name? And so I've got to respect his wishes. I will tell you a little story. I got to introduce two friends of mine today, Vern Schmidt and Leroy Petry. And I'm not going to go into a long story of who Leroy is, but suffice to say, you can Google his name and you can see his entire citation. The man's an incredible, humble servant of our great nation. A little bit of trivia for you. Just like Vern, I got to serve in the same unit with him just a few years apart, him in World War II and, me in the current era. Leroy served in the same area in Afghanistan. Paktika and Khost was my area of operation, and he was there in 2008, and we picked up from his operations in 2009. So it is a distinct pleasure to invite up to a stage a gentleman that did not have to be here and has been traveling quite a bit. And the gentleman that was on cue to come up here and present, unfortunately, was not able to make it. And when I called Leroy said, book it, I'll be there. I told him what we were doing, and he said, we need to do this right, and we need to honor our Vietnam veterans. So ladies and gentlemen, will you do me the distinct honor of welcoming Leroy Petry, our Medal of Honor recipient, onto the stage for our keynote address.
Is it possible to turn the house lights on a little bit? I don't know if somebody. I'd love to see all your faces. I know you got to do it with looking at mine for a little bit. So thank you, Dan. Everyone who's been a part of this has been amazing. I am humbled to be here, and you all, Vietnam generation, is one of the ones that I hold in the highest regard. When he did ask me to book this, I was over in South Carolina at the time at our headquarters, National Medal of Honor Day, and I said yes, and then I called my wife and I said, I'll see you for about 12 hours, and I'm coming home on Sunday and I'm leaving Monday. But that's how much you mean to me, is that wasn't even a question. I've been home, I think 3 days, like 17 hours in the past 4 weeks. But I can't complain. I used to get anxiety going to the airport. I'd be like, I don't want to leave home again. I've missed so much time with my family. My youngest son is a senior this year. Every time I leave, I was like, I'm missing time with him. But then I reminded myself that there's a lot of people I know that never got one more second with their family. And I'm grateful for time with my second family, which is you all. But I am not a General MacArthur. It's hard to follow all this up. I do have to have notes, thanks TBI. But I did learn one thing from the officers who pointed on me over the years, and that was nobody ever complained about a short speech, so I'll try to be brief. But, I want to thank you for the introduction, keeping it short. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it's my honor to be here with you all. I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm humbled to be in your presence. Thank you to all of our veterans, active military, and their families who sacrifice and serve alongside of us. If there are any Gold Star families that may be with us, a tremendous thank you to you, and also to the patriots who support our service. Only about 1/3 of the colonists supported the American Revolution, and without their support, we wouldn't be where we are today. So we will continue to need their support as we endure as a country. It's because of all of you we're able to enjoy our safety, our freedom, and our rights. Like he said, Jim McLuhan was supposed to be here. He's Vietnam veteran, Medal of Honor recipient, also the vice president of the Medal of Honor Society. But he couldn't, and trust me, he really wanted to, and he sends his best. I have the honor of and the privilege of being the president of the Medal of Honor Society as of last September, and we're doing all that we can to support everyone out there, just like we did in our service. But one of the recipients that I met early on who mentored me was Bruce Crandall. Saw a little video earlier of HLZ X-ray, which is where he earned his Medal of Honor during that. And it was based off of that for the movie We Were Soldiers. He said he didn't join the Army. He received a postcard in the mail that said, "You've been nominated by your friends and neighbors to serve your country in Vietnam." He said the first thing he did was he went and beat up his friends, and they all swore it wasn't them. He said, "So if you ever get one of those, it's not true." I served in Afghanistan and Iraq. I had a difficult time processing the pullout and the recent events following. I know, though, that the decision was not mine, nor was my opinion asked. All I do know is that we did our very best while we were deployed there, and I'm content with that. I'm fortunate to keep this medal, but it belongs to all the men and women who have served and are serving, especially those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. It's more than a tiny medal draped from a blue ribbon. It's a symbol that any one of us is capable of great things. We all have stories. One of mine just got highlighted. War, unfortunately, is not going away. And America will always continue to ask for its sons and daughters. They will still need leaders and stories of inspiration. I tell my children that Dad is retired from the military. The heroes are the men and women who are still serving, and they deserve our thanks and support, along with law enforcement, firefighters, doctors, nurses, and teachers. Not everyone can or will serve in the military, but every single citizen can and should be a patriot. I didn't join the Army to go to war. I joined because I wanted to make a difference to those to my right and to my left, and to those at home who I cared about. The proudest moment I had was 2 days after the Medal of Honor ceremony. My family was tasked to go to New York and be on a bunch of shows. I think it was Fox and Friends Live. They had my whole family sitting on the couch. It's early, we're all exhausted from traveling and everything that came with it. And the camera pans over to my son, who's at the very end, and he's 7 years old at this point. It's live TV. And they asked him, "How do you feel about your dad receiving the Medal of Honor, going to the White House, and meeting the president?" I was really nervous. I was really going, "Oh crap, what's he gonna say? This is live TV." And he sits up a little bit straighter. He takes a deep breath, and he looks directly into that camera, and he says, "You know, I'm really proud of my dad, but I'm more happy that he saved some of his buddies, and they're still alive." And that was success for me as a parent. He gets it. He knows at that young age what life is all about. I'm by no means getting rich. Well, depending on how you measure wealth. My wife says most philanthropists make their money before they go do charity. And I said, "I get it, honey. But as long as there's food on the table and a roof over our heads, and every day that I wake up, I open my eyes and I breathe air into my lungs, I know I'm blessed with another day full of opportunities to positively impact the people I interact with. So I'm happy, and I hope you know how many years you have made a difference and positively impacted and inspired so many people, including myself. I grew up in a free country. I enjoyed everything we have because of people like you, our Vietnam veterans. Many in this country still take things for granted. They feel they are entitled to the rights and liberties here simply because they were born here. And I thought it was funny during the pandemic when everybody was crying about a shortage of toilet paper. I'm sure every veteran did. You ever use a little TP from the MRE, you'll know. Rations. But they don't know your sacrifices or the countless lives given so that we may enjoy it. You see it in the news all the time. People crossing the desert of our southern border, swimming across rivers, stowing away on boats. Heck, even Afghanistan, you saw people clinging to an aircraft as it's taking off, just to have the opportunity to set foot in this country and enjoy what we have. So I encourage you to share with them your service, the good times and the bad times. They need to know. And we are the only ones that can share what we have inside. There's a reason you don't see Uncle Sam posters that say, "I want you" anymore. It's because you all are the recruiters. The stories you share will hopefully inspire the next generation to serve, and others to serve someone other than themselves. Please continue to reach out, to support one another and yourselves. I know we are great advocates for others. We're terrible for ourselves. I've been involved with suicide prevention for several years. At the 2017 VA DoD Suicide Prevention Convention, after the Secretary of the VA spoke and was leaving, I chased him down and I grabbed him and I said, before he could leave, and I said, "Why? Why of the 22 a day, well, closer to 33, depending on who you ask, in 3 days here at this convention, was nothing mentioned of the Vietnam vets, who have been the highest percentage of that number?" I care, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. You are never alone in this world. Even complete strangers will help you if you're willing to ask. I see 3 psychologists, because if one isn't available, I go to the next, because it's mission essential to me and to my mission. I have a favor to ask of all of you. I'm asking you to do more, even after all you have already done and have sacrificed. Help me. Help me take care of the next generation and all veterans we have already lost. And all veterans, we have lost more to suicide than in combat. Find them, talk to them. Let them find trust in you and get them help if they need it. I took my son to watch Spider-Man last year in December, I believe. And for those of you who haven't seen it, the new Spider-Man, little spoiler alert, Aunt May dies. And he loves the movie, and I catch the little things. When they pan over to her headstone, engraved on her headstone are the words, "When you help someone, you help everyone." And Ronald Reagan said, "We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone." I want to thank you for giving me a country to grow up in, which I love. Thank you for all you have endured and sacrificed. Thank your families for what they have been through as well. I will never forget that you all had it harder than any other generation. You had to fight an unpopular war and come back to an ungrateful country. And it's because of your generation who vowed that we, my generation, and those who followed would never have to face the same. And for that I am grateful. I am and will forever be grateful for each and every one of you. And as you go out there, as you go home and you live your lives and you talk with others, buy a bunch of those little green men and give them out to your kids, your grandkids, any kids you come in contact with. Check out the socks. Little green men. Because I don't recall any kids in America, anywhere, ever going outside and saying, "Hey, let's go play Marines. Hey, let's go play Navy. Hey, let's go play Air Force." They play Army. But just like the organizations, there's over 40,000 that support our military and veterans. We give each other a hard time and we get competitive, but we're all in the same mission. In fact, it's hard for me to admit being an Army guy, but my best friend's a Marine. And we talk. I haven't seen him in 5 years. He lives on the other coast, but we talk at least once a week. And so I'm grateful for every branch that's out there. We only get butt heads when it's Army-Navy game. But I do want to, I didn't prep, like I said, we didn't have much time, but I'm going to try to do this off my phone. A friend of mine, she sings this song and I wanted to share it with you all.
You packed your bags and shut the door. You crossed the sea to find a war. You didn't know just what would happen to you. Stepped in the dirt, boots on the ground, and gunfire was the only sound. And to yourself, you whispered, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Every day and every night, you walk the walk, you fight the fight. You never saw the end inside, now did ya? The days of washing our hairs off red, the blood, the mud, too many dead. Your weary soul was crying, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Too late to help you hear a shot. You know you're in a deadly spot. You never thought the day would come, now did ya? Your brother falls down to the ground. The enemy is all around, and from your lips you scream, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You fought the fight till it was done. You have the strength to carry on. You thought it'd be much better back home, did ya? You try each day, keep pushing through, but the battle lives inside of you. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't used to get this choked up and emotional. When I got injured, I lost a lot of blood, and they had to give me a transfusion. And I swear there must have been a lot of estrogen in that blood. I thank God every day for people like you that are brought into my life. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. And God bless you all. God bless America. Welcome home. Rangers lead the way.